The following video is one in a series on spiritual resilience training, a non-religious view of personal values and their dynamics with others. The contents reflect a variety of principles and practices of systems theory in relational counseling for team building and family resilience. Although the series is intended to support Army Corps values, each video also encourages the viewer to reflect on their current prominent values in specific situations and to consider what values may be more appropriate to means and results that are honorable and helpful with others. Chaplain Dillard initiates creating and posting these videos. Their contents and YouTube's linked videos do not necessarily reflect specific beliefs, practices, requirements, or endorsements of the Department of Defense, its subordinate organizations, or other groups with which Chaplain Dillard is affiliated.
Welcome back. We're continuing our series on DiSC personality styles. If you haven't seen the introduction, I would encourage you to start there. It gives a basic overview as to what DiSC is, how to discern it in yourself and others, even if you don't take the official inventory, how what the personality types mean, why it's significant, how it impacts families and work, etc., etc. And I'm not going to cover the overview here, but it does lay a foundation to what we're going to discuss here. Last week we looked at the D personality style, which is dominant, and today is the I, which is the influencer or influencing. A lot of times people will ask, why is the I in lowercase? I don't know. It doesn't mean it's less important. I'm sure there's some reason behind it, but it has nothing to do with the function being less significant than the D, S, or C. All right, let's get right down to it. What about the influencer? Their basic orientation is high energy for relationships. Like the D, they talk fast, lots of mannerisms, they're assertive, but the D is focused on tasks, is doing that for tasks. The I is doing that for relationships. They'll talk a lot about themselves, about others, about the team, very positive, very upbeat. That's their basic orientation. Probably already describing somebody that you have in mind. They are motivated by reciprocal information, people who also are upbeat and positive, acceptance of others, freedom for the group to have fun, talking, and positive rapport. So everything is about relationship, and anything that hinders relationship is a downer to them. They see very much the value of people feeling worthy, of people being together, and of people working together, even when they're not working, that it's a positive environment of relationships. Some positives in their teams: I's love to inspire other people. They are co-laborers, and they work for a positive environment. If you want somebody who's going to care for others, you want an I. They are very assertive in that, and they're people-focused. Some of the challenges, on the other hand, they may neglect details and tangible results, and they may talk more than they listen. That is common because they're so focused on the relationships, and they tend to kind of push to the side impersonal things or non-personal things, not realizing that tasks and non-personal information also affect relationships. Their disposition and analysis, they're creative problem solvers because they're always working with people, but they may struggle with impersonal detail. Virtually any analysis, whether it's how a football team's doing and the next play they need to make, or how your friends are going to do when you invite them over for a social gathering, everything involves personal detail and impersonal or non-personal detail. And because the I is so focused on people, it's easy to miss the other, and they need to work extra on that, which is a good segue into the next point. Growth areas in teams: I's need to slow down. They need to be able to say no as needed and to maintain routine. Routine for them, like the D's, seems boring. They want to get out and talk to people and meet people and help people feel better and inspire people. So things that tie them down, that are kind of mundane, are frustrating to them. It's also hard for them to say no because they want people to feel upbeat. And conflict can be difficult for the I, so they've got to work on those things. and slowing down. When you're always fast-paced, trying to inspire, it's easy to overlook things. Only by slowing down can we catch some of the details in personal relationships or non-personal tasks and requirements. Now, when we think about primary and secondary functions, an ID, an IS, and an IC, in this case, the first and second letter are going to be small case because the I is small case. It doesn't mean anything different than it does in the other videos where the primary function is in a large case letter and the second one is in small case. It's just coincidental, so don't worry about it. An ID likes to inspire others by direction and authority to accomplish tasks for the team. So it's not primarily about the task, but it's about getting the task done for the benefit of the team. The inspiration of the team is the goal, and the means toward that inspiration is them taking on authority and power to get it done for the benefit of the team. An IS, on the other hand, likes to inspire others by providing a stable environment for their people. That's a little different. They realize that there are things going on that can cause conflicts, interpersonal conflicts, and they want people to be motivated by them working on those relationships, deconflicting people, helping them to be more cohesive, to build trust, to build respect. The goal is inspiring by working on conflict for stable relationships. And lastly, an IC seeks to inspire others by noting and working for others' conscientious behavior. That's different than stability. Conscientious behavior means they're doing the right thing, whether it's in a relationship or a task, primarily a task. So to inspire people by others doing what is safe, probably a lot of people at OSHA could be an IC, by doing what is in accordance with regulations and local policy, the right thing mechanically, the right thing morally, the right thing by policy. They want to inspire, that's the goal, and the means is by being conscientious in tasks. Hope that makes sense to you. Hope you find that helpful. Last week we covered D, this week I. Next week we'll cover S, which is stability, and I hope that you'll join us then.
At the release date of this video, I am stationed with Research Development and Engineering Command, RDECOM, at Aberdeen Proving Ground, Maryland. Because the majority of our personnel are in this area, I spend most of my time here. I do, however, travel to our distant units based on command priorities and budget. I place these videos on YouTube for broad visibility to Army personnel and their families, but I hope the videos will be helpful to others too. If you are assigned to RDECOM and want to request specific topics by video, training on site or by VTC, or confidential counseling on site or by secure webcam, you can contact me at jeffrey.d.dillard.mil@mail.mil.